Alrighty, how is it going? Sound should be good. So let's get started here. So how's it going, Alex? I just went for a long bike ride, so I'm exhausted. That's why we have the later stream right now, went 57 miles. But here we go. So Bitcoin had a nice pump today. Ethereum is like up 11 or 12%. So Ethereum is pumping like crazy. So those are obviously, we're going to look at those coins today. I will look at Ethereum as well. So let's go over to Bitcoin though and see how that's going on. I'm also going to pull up Bookmap right now. If you guys are on YouTube, you can see that I'm looking at that, which basically shows where the liquidity is at on Bitcoin. So I might have to restart it. Right now, Bitcoin is at 20,705. That's what it's saying. Let me double. I don't think that I'm gonna have to restart Bookmap. I don't think that's up to date right now. Yeah, it's definitely not right. It says 20,800. That's definitely not right. So I'll just close that and restart Bookmap. So yeah. Come on. Okay, it's loading right now. It's kind of slow. I don't care about that. Still loading. Alright, so right now it is saying that the liquidity is at. Alright, so now I can zoom out and see where the liquidity is at. So there's some liquidity at 23,000. It's saying there's still more down at 21,000. So unfortunately, that is more than likely where the price is going to go, just based on the liquidity alone. But we'll still have to look at the chart and see if that conveys that as well. But there is a little more liquidity at 21,000 than there is at 23,000. So usually the price goes to where the liquidity is. There is also a lot of liquidity up at $25,000. So that'll be interesting to see where we go on the bigger time frames as far as that's concerned. But let's go now to the charts for Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $22,260. The high for today on Bitcoin was $22,980. And it did make a higher high than the previous one, which was on the 7th of July. So it's looking pretty good. The previous high was 22,500 back then. So we are going up very, very slowly, but it is still looking bullish to me. Let's go look the RSI on Bitcoin and see how that's looking. Right now, the RSI on the daily chart for Bitcoin, so this is getting worrisome already. It is at 100, so it really can't go any higher. The 4-hour chart topped out, is starting to reset, even though the price is going up, is at 70. The 1-hour chart for the RSI in Bitcoin has a little more room to go up. It's currently at 56. So the bigger time frames are overbought. The 4-hour chart is resetting while the price is going up, so that is kind of interesting. And the 15-minute chart for the RSI is at 41. So the biggest thing I'm worried about is the daily chart being completely extended, which is telling me we might need a pullback. And also with the liquidity being at 21,000, there's a good chance, unfortunately, we could see 21,000 before we continue higher because the liquidity is lower and the daily chart RSI is completely overbought. So for those two reasons, we could be heading lower. I still think the bottom's in, so even if we see $21,000, I don't see us losing $20,000. I don't see that happening, but anything can happen. I could be wrong. But that's just how Bitcoin is looking on the daily chart. Daily chart's overbought, and the liquidity is saying we could probably head below 21,000, but definitely momentum is definitely still to the upside. Unless you lose 21,500, it is still short-term bullish as far as the price action is concerned. So that's kind of how it's looking. Bitcoin, that's how Bitcoin's looking. Now I'm going to go over to Ethereum because I know that was up like 12% earlier today. If I go to the daily chart, we can just see how much it's up since yesterday. Okay. At one point, we were up, is that right, 18.7%? right now Ethereum is still up about 12 or 13% since yesterday. So yeah, it's up quite a bit. You can definitely say that, and it's up at like 50% for the week. So overall, Ethereum is absolutely pumping. The low is around just below $800, and now it's going parabolic. So definitely the daily chart's completely pinned on Ethereum, just like it is for Bitcoin. The 4-hour chart for Ethereum is also completely overbought. Bitcoin's 4-hour chart was around 70 on the RSI. Ethereum is completely pinned. So Ethereum definitely needs a pullback here pretty soon, more so than Bitcoin. The 1-hour chart, it has more room to go up, just like Bitcoin. It's currently at 70 on the RSI. And the 15-minute chart for Ethereum is already reset, and you are definitely making a higher low, and the 15-minute chart for the RSI is reset, which is telling me Ethereum wants to continue going higher, and on the next rally up, you should break 1631 and make a higher high. So Ethereum is still very bullish right now, also kind of making a falling wedge on the 15-minute chart. So Ethereum is probably going to go for another high above 1631 here within the next 2 to 4 hours. That's just kind of what I'm looking at for Ethereum. It is looking pretty bullish to me right now, even more bullish than Bitcoin, even though it's definitely extended on the bigger time frames. So Ethereum is definitely going to be the coin to watch here over the coming days. If you guys have any requests for me, let me know in the comments below, and I will look at any coins you guys want me to look at. But that is kind of I wanted to go over Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you guys have any requests for coins, I'll look at them. I will look at Jasmine really quick as well. So let me do some analysis on this, because I know you guys like Jasmine. I'm going to make a video right now, so if you're not watching the live stream, people can watch it later. So, Jasmine video. So, Jasmine is currently at 95% of 1 penny. That's the easiest way to say it. You know, it's kind of been like I mean, it hasn't really done a lot recently. You have something like this, a downsloping resistance line for Jasmine. So unless you get above a penny, which is definitely psychological resistance as well, it's not bullish. If you get above a penny, your next target is 1.1 cents to the upside. But that is what you have to get above on Jasmine to be bullish. And you could also say something like this, a falling wedge is in play on Jasmine on the 15-minute chart. Let me go to the 1-hour chart. Yeah, you could definitely say Jasmine is in a falling wedge also on the 1-hour chart, if you just, or a symmetrical triangle. It's probably more of a symmetrical triangle, which break up to the upside 50% of the time and break to the downside 50% of the time. So, and you know, it's not a falling wedge. It's not as bullish as a falling wedge. But if it were to break to the upside, the measured move on Jasmine would be 1.2 cents. And if it were to break to the downside target for Jasmine would be 85% of a penny. So not a lot lower, but that would be the targets for Jasmine either way it broke. So not a huge move incoming, but definitely something to watch. The RSI on the 1-hour chart has more room to go up. The 4-hour chart on Jasmine is trying to reset at 80. It's currently at 80, trying to reset, and the daily chart looks really bullish to me though. The daily chart on the RSI has completely reset, and it is now turning to the upside. Currently, it's only at 14 on the RSI, so that is something to definitely watch out for. And as of right now, you're making a higher low. So overall, Jasmine on the daily chart looks really, really bullish. Smaller time frames do need to reset though. So Jasmine could be looking bullish, and that gives you more probability to break to the upside because the daily RSI is lower, which would mean your measured move would be 1.2 cents when it does break out here. So that's something to watch for. Overall, though, nothing crazy is happening for it, but that would be a nice move of about 20% to the upside if it were to break up. So that is what I'm looking at for Jasmine. Shorter term, though, like I said, RSI kind of needs to reset a little bit. 1-hour chart does have more room to go up, though. 4-hour chart is the one that needs to reset. So we'll see what happens. Anything is possible. But that's my analysis for Jasmine. Short term, it probably will continue to the top of the channel, and then I would be looking for a pullback. So my guess is Jasmine probably does something like this, price price-wise. You're currently at 95% of a penny. You're probably going to go up to the top of the channel, which would be just over up 1.07 cents. Then you go to the bottom of the channel, and then you probably either break to the upside or you would lose the bottom of the channel and head lower. But you probably get one more bounce to the upside and then a correction, and then you see the bottom of the channel. And if you lose the bottom of the channel, that's where you could lose it, or you could get another bounce to the upside. But usually within the last 80%, the price or the pattern will break to the upside or downside. It's not going to usually go to the end of the pattern. So I would say another few days of consolidation for Jasmy, but probably by, what is today, Monday? I would say by the end of this week, you're definitely going to see the price action either go to 1.2 cents or 85% of a penny. So that's kind of all I got for Jasmy. If you guys have any other requests, let me know, and I will do them. All right. Can you look at time for me? I'm slowly dollar cost averaging into some of these coins. Sure, let's go look at time. So time actually had a humongous move up yesterday. It went parabolic. The high was $150, and it's currently sitting at $94 about 30 hours from that all-time high. So I'm going to go to the 1 hour chart. And you definitely have not confirmed a bottom yet. But if $83 is the bottom, then you have the next fib would be the 0.76 fib at $100 even. And then your golden pocket would be between $102 and where the 618 is at $108. So once you're above 110, technically, if $83 is the bottom, you're very bullish on time, just based on this. Now, if you lose $83, then obviously that's not the low. But as of right now, anything above 110 price action-wise is very bullish on time. As far as the RSI goes, let's start on the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is trying to reset, currently still at 60 or 65. 1 hour chart is looking good, though, in a very sharp uptrend, currently at 38 on the RSI, so that is more room to go up. The 4 hour chart also has reset since yesterday, which is a very beautiful sign, definitely making a higher low, which is good, bullish, price action-wise. That is at 10 on the 4 hour chart, and the daily chart for time, though, is still topped out. Actually, it hasn't even started reversing. The RSI on the daily is at 86, but the 4 hour chart and 1 hour chart are looking bullish. 15-minute chart it needs to reset, but that only takes probably anywhere between 2 to 4 hours to happen. And it's already reset maybe halfway. So that within 1 to 3 hours, I would say the 15-minute chart will be ready to go. So overall, 1 hour chart looks good. The 4 hour chart is about to probably reset. And 1 hour chart has reset and is going up again, and 15-minute chart is probably going to reset here in the next few hours. But as far as the daily chart goes, it needs to consolidate more. But the 1 hour chart can take over short-term price action-wise and maybe get us back to $150 or possibly higher high. We'll just see what happens. But first of all, the next major resistance you have to get above is $110. If you're above 110, like I said, to me that's really, really bullish as long as you don't put in a lower low. So that is time for you. I do like time, especially if it can do that. But technically, you're still, 16% away from that $110 resistance. So you have some more pumping this has to do before you can really be super bullish on it. But maybe that'd be a good time to enter a trade if it gets back above $110. So I'm going to put an alert at $110. If it gets above that, I would actually look for a trade on this. But that's just what I'm doing. That's just something I would be thinking about, not financial advice. So that is time for you right now. It does look pretty good, but I want to see it get above 110 for confirmation of a run up here. You knew you should have bought time at $27. So, all right. So, what's my price predictions on Polkadot and Cosmos long term? Let me look at those. So, right now, Polkadot is at $7. Let me go to the weekly chart. I don't really love doing price actions, but I mean, you can just assume this, right? The last high in the bull market was $55, $56 depending on what exchange you were on. So you can assume in the next bull market, it's probably going to make a higher high. And some of your targets for a higher high on Polkadot, just using the fibs, would be $80 would be the next target for Polkadot. But I would also say that, so anywhere between $80 to $100 is my price prediction, would be a very good target for Polkadot in the next bull run, which means you could definitely do a 10x from where we are at today, price action wise on Polkadot. I'm not going to say anything crazy. I'm not going to say $1,000. I think anything is possible, but I think if you're going to be realistic, a good prediction would be $80 to $100. You know, if you get to $100 here in the next 6 months, then you can go higher. I don't think that will happen, but $80 to $100 on Polkadot. That would be my price prediction. Appreciate the follow. Is it another pump and dump? When do you believe ETH will drop under 1K again? It might not never happen, right? It might never happen, especially if the low is in. But we will see. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen here in the next few months, because after this bear market, it will, in my opinion, it will never happen again. So if it's going to happen, it has to happen right now, immediately. It is way overbought, but overall, it'd still have to fall 50% from here to go below 1,000. So it might not happen again. You might have already seen the low. But that's why dollar cost average in, because you never know. Bitcoin could still go to 7K. I don't know, but I don't think it will. I wish it would, because I would love to buy a Bitcoin at $7,000, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, and then you want Cosmos long term again. So again, what I would recommend doing for a prediction is just going to the previous all-time high, seeing what it was, and then going from there. Adam's all-time high in the last bull market was $45. So let me just delete the fibs. And then we can just fib it out and see kind of where we could go price action wise if you were to make a new all-time high. So definitely a $56 would be a good target on Cosmos. Yeah, so $56 would be a good target for Cosmos. I think Cosmos could probably do a double in this next bull market, but if we're going to be conservative, I would say anywhere between $56 and $80 for this next bull market as an all-time high. Because I think every bull market is going to get less and less parabolic. So, but I think $100 could be very much on the table for Cosmos in the next bull market, because even from now it's a 10x. So I think a 10x from the bear market lows is a very easy assumption. Nothing's guaranteed, but as long as everything keeps working out for Cosmos, I think probably $100 would be a very realistic target. So $100 for both DOT and Cosmos. Obviously, you also have to look at the market cap. So there's that, but a very quick estimate of where I think they would go would be those targets. I think both could hit $100 in the next bull market. Yeah, I would say this is a short squeeze for Bitcoin. XLM is a definitely good investment in my opinion. Why is ETH dropping, and do you think it's going to go back up? Why is ETH dropping? It's up 12% today, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. Why is it dropping? It's not dropping. Now, on the new trading day, technically it's down 3.4%, but in the last 24 hours, it's still up quite a bit. Let me go back to the 1 hour chart. I know you're on TikTok, but if you can see on YouTube, CryptoBoss Andrew, I have a YouTube stream I'm doing right now. It's still up from yesterday. Yesterday at this time, we were lower than where we are today, right? You'd still be up maybe just a few percent points, maybe 1 or 2%. But from the high, you'd be up, if you bought yesterday, you'd be up at least 7% in the last 24 hours. So Ethereum is not dropping. Yep. So yeah, Ethereum is still looking very bullish to me. We will see what happens though. Um, I do think Ethereum is still looking bullish. Now small time frames, well, yeah, Ethereum definitely needs a pullback. Forward charts overbought. Daily charts definitely overbought. 1 hour charts already struggling. But you are, even if 1 hour chart started reversing now, you still made a higher high than the previous one. The previous high was 1534, and now you're at 1530. Your high was 1630. So that's over $100 more. So definitely a higher high, even if you were to get a correction now. So Ethereum is still looking very bullish. Now on the correction, you couldn't lose 1454. The second you lose 1454, that's a lower low, and that would probably confirm a downtrend is about to start. But as long as you stay above 1454, you're still bullish. Do I think Shiba can reach 0.008? Let's go look at Shiba. I would probably just say yes, but we will look at Shiba on the weekly chart. 0.008. What was the all-time high? Well, how much of a percent increase would that be from the all-time high? You said just 2 decimal points, and then you want it. I don't know about that. That'd be crazy. That's like you want it to okay, no, in my opinion that's I didn't think Doge would ever get close to $1, so I was wrong about that. But you're asking for it to basically do a 9,000% increase from the all-time high of the last bull market. That's, to me, that's just not very realistic. You can always have hopium, so put $20 in, like what you did with Doge, or put a few $100 in, and just don't look at it again. But to me, that's not very realistic. A 9,000x return from the last bull market, I don't think that's realistic. And from here at the current price, it's about oh my god, 67,000% return. So I would say that's probably unrealistic, but possible. On that, maybe a 1% chance it's possible. So like put $100 in, see what happens. If it does do 100, 67,000x or whatever, then you'll be rich. If it doesn't, you lost $100, or you probably won't lose anything, because in the next bull market you'll still probably do a 10 or 20x from here, bare minimum. But you won't be disappointed that way. So I don't know. That's just I don't think that is a realistic price prediction. Yes, I'm streaming on YouTube, so. Oh, you said 0.008. Sorry. Okay. I mean, so if you were to say that, that's a big difference. That's still though, even from this current price, that's still 66x. I guess that's possible. That's a lot more realistic than whatever else it would have been before. But still, that's a 66x. So that's possible. That's a lot more realistic. I would say that's possible. Still unlikely, but possible in the next bull market. Yes, like maybe a 5 to 10% chance. So, anyways, all right. Guys, if you guys have any other coins, I'm going to write them down, and then I'll make a video on them later. So, Volt Inu. Oh my god, Baby Doge. People still are interested in Baby Doge. Hoj and XRP. Alright, I will make the videos on them probably tomorrow. I'm exhausted because I just want a really, really 60-mile long bike ride, and I just want to go back to bed. So I'll look at those 4 coins tomorrow, and probably tomorrow afternoon, and so within a day I'll get the videos out. After work tomorrow, but after work I'll get them out to you. Maybe I'll make a video before, but I'll get all those videos out to you within 24 hours. So without and Cardano, okay. What can XLM reach long term? Well, XLM all-time high was 80 cents. I thought in this bull market we'd hit $5, so I would say in the next bull market it's possible. I would say $2 to $3 is definitely a target I would have for the next bull market, but that it also, I think, it depends on how the competitor does with the lawsuit, which is still going on, which is crazy to me. If the lawsuit doesn't go in XRP's favor and they lose, I don't think that'll happen. But if they were to lose, that would help XLM out a lot. If they win, if XRP wins, then I still think $2 to $3 is very realistic and possible for the next bull market. $5 would be like a very good target. But if you want to be realistic, I think $2 to $3 is the more realistic target I would have. So with that being said, guys, that's kind of all I got. I'll do these videos tomorrow, and I'll put the videos out there. Otherwise, and they'll be on YouTube, Crypto Boss Andrew on YouTube, so that's where they'll be. And with that being said, guys, thanks guys for joining, and I will see you guys on Friday. Hopefully we'll try to get back to our normal time at 4:30 p.m. Central Time, but nothing, I never know with my life. But that's always the goal. Otherwise, I still go live with you a little bit before or a little bit after. But I'll still go live on Friday sometime. So I'll see you guys. Bitcoin can keep going up. We do need a small correction on the bigger time frames, but I still think Bitcoin has some momentum left in it to go a little bit higher. So I'll see you guys in the next live stream. And I will put Avalanche on my list as well. Alright. Alright, guys. I'm going to end the YouTube live stream. I'll see you guys on Friday for our next live stream. Until then, trade safe and have a good night, Alice. I'll see you guys in the next one.